Tonight, feeling the heat, London's essential services under pressure. And the hottest temperatures are still to come. Sally is here with the forecast. Also ahead. Good evening. The heatwave in London and the South East is beginning to take its toll on the capital services. In Greenwich, bin collections have been delayed. The council there saying it is simply too hot for workers to do their job. London Ambulance say they are under pressure, and today the mayor triggered special protocols to protect rough sleepers and other vulnerable people during the extreme heat. And as Carolyn Sim reports, things are only getting hotter. And it's not just the human cost of the heatwave that needs to be considered. There have been warnings about water shortages and also the risk posed by wildfires because of the very dry conditions. Well, Martin Stew has been exploring the environmental impact of the heatwave. And to find out how long the heatwave is going to last and how to help yourself cope with it, you can go to our website, itv.com/London. Other news now, 4 people have been arrested in Essex and London on suspicion of conspiring to facilitate illegal immigration. One of rail workers are to take strike action again after talks failed between union members and Network Rail today. Staff will walk out for 24 hours on July the 27th in a dispute over job security, pay and conditions. Well, Ian Woods is at Paddington Station for us this evening. Ian, another day where commuters have to find alternative travel routes. And Sadiq Khan has launched a scathing attack on the government over its decision to offer a short-term funding deal for Transport for London. Jeremy Hunt is out of the Tory leadership race and out of the running to be the next Prime Minister. The Grenfell inquiry continued today with details of how elderly and vulnerable people spent their final moments in the tower. Grenfell's oldest victims were housed at the top of the tower. One of those was Tony Disson. He was 67 and disabled, and he was told to wait in his flat on the 22nd floor but was never rescued. Well, 40% of disabled residents died in the fire, as Rags Martel reports. Still to come, the weather with Sally also. But first, the community worker who says he had to take his own advice after he was wrongfully arrested by police. James Watkins works with young people on what to do if stopped by officers. The advice always to stay calm. And that's exactly what he had to do when, after accidentally knocking the mirror of an unmarked police car, he was arrested and accused of carrying a weapon. It was all recorded on camera, and later all charges were dropped and an apology was issued. Well, James now works with the police, so what happened to him can be avoided in future. He spoke to Antoine Allen. Now, Raheem Sterling has bid farewell to Manchester City and is confirmed as Chelsea's first signing since its takeover. A near £50 million deal has been agreed to bring him back to London. Ria Chatterjee is at Stamford Bridge, which of course will become Sterling's new home. Ria, what's the latest? Now, as London heats up, the thought of going for a swim to cool off is understandably tempting, but for some it poses a serious risk. Latest research shows that 95% of black adults and 80% of black children in England do not swim. But Great Britain and Jamaica swimmer Michael Gunning is on a mission to change that. He's been to London Fields Lido teaching kids there how to swim. Natalia Huquera reports. Next tonight, Europe's biggest street party returns to the capital next month. I'm, of course, talking about Notting Hill Carnival, back after 2 years being cancelled because of the pandemic. With the event on August bank holiday weekend, attracts up to 2 million people. So they've actually sat here back in 2019,
yes,
having the same discussion.
In July again,
yeah, and that was the last time that Carnival actually took place because of the pandemic. So how happy are you that it's actually back?
Well, even when we did the digital one, we didn't say it was a digital carnival. It was.
Kind of grown up in London as I have. Most people have been to Carnival on stage.
Yeah,
electric.
We're hoping.
Wow.
We've now got a plan where hopefully with support, which we need.
And we talk about millions of people going over the weekend, but how many people actually take part every year? Talking about supporters, you had a couple of special VIP guests today for a preview. You had
just chat with each other. So
yeah.
Yes, what surprised me was they were about the amplification and the sound system that was there. Oh. They were very interested in everything.
Well, listen, Matthew, not that you need to sell it because I think everyone's desperate to get back to it, but for people Sally is here. Now, Sally, we're talking about the hot weather. Some people are
No, but about 29 degrees today. It's a tiny bit opposite, isn't this weekend? Can you imagine wearing one of those dresses and head things in plus 30
would be
degrees?
rather hot.
I don't think it's made of linen, is it? Anyway, do you know I said we might have a tropical night last night? Never got below 21.5, but it's going to get even hotter. And on Chiswick High...
Never, never cheesy. That is it. We're back with the latest after ITV News at 10. Coming up, Charlene with the ITV Evening News. But from me and the rest of the London team, bye-bye.